Whoever is happy will make others happy too. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Now, how long but how well you have lived is the main thing. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Never to suffer would never to have been blessed. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Success comes from having dreams that are bigger than your fears. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. Perfection is boring, getting better is where all the fun is. Challenges are not what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes a life meaningful. Never do tomorrow what you can do today. Procrastination is the thief of time. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. Build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Never give up, for that is just the place and the time that the tide will turn. Life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. The harder the battle, the sweetener the victory. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Life is too deep for words, so don't try to describe it, just live it. Could I have been anyone other than me? I want to be like water, I want to slip through fingers, but hold up a ship. One way to keep momentum is going to have constantly greater goals. There are two ways of spreading light: to be a candle or the mirror that reflects it. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. All progress takes place outside the comfort zone. I rebel, therefore I exist. There is a wisdom of head and there is a wisdom of the heart. The world breaks everyone, and afterward some are strong at the broken places. He who opens a school door closes a prison. The problem is not to find the answer, it's to face the answer. There is no truth, there is only perception. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. The soul that sees beauty may sometimes walk alone. The only reason we get lost in thought is because it is unfamiliar territory. Common sense is in spite of, not the result of education. All mistakes I ever made in my life were when I wanted to say no and said yes. Every strength is also a weakness. The opposite is true as well. The more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you. If you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Every man is born as many men and dies as a single one. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself. The fullness of life is only accessible in the present moment. Most people would sooner die than think, in fact, they do so. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that you take our breath away. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. 1,000 words will not leave you deep an impression as one did. Rainbows are formed only when both rain and sunshine meet. Happiness and sorrow both are necessary for a beautiful life. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken man. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. The truth is everyone is going to hurt you. You just got find the ones worth suffering for. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even heard, but must be felt with the heart. There is an ocean of silence between us, and I am drowning in it. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle cannot be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. A man's best friend is his health. If health leaves you, then you become a burden for every relationship. At any given moment, you have the power to say, "This is not how the story is going to end." Never cheat in the relationships. If you don't like a relationship, just end it. By changing nothing, nothing changes. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. The purpose of our lives is to be happy.